Wow, it's been so long.
We're back.
We're back. So we did our first... this is a continuation. Welcome to the second video of this series, where we look back at cosplay lip syncs that we have done, and talk about our thought process behind it and kind of a reaction to it at where we're at now. I didn't even say who we are in the last video, but if you're on my channel, you probably know who we are.
The question is, do you know if this is my real voice or not?
No, some of them just think some of them think you have the Victor accent.
I know.
Yeah.
Don't worry, when we
don't have the Victor accent.
When we react to the J-Vic one, I might.
I'm sorry that they don't talk like Victor all of the time. But
if it
don't
makes you
worry,
guys feel better,
they talk like Victor like 30% of the time.
I was gonna say, if it makes you feel better, there are people that we meet in person, like at cons, who also, when I'm cosplaying Victor, assume that is just my normal voice.
You don't break, because you'll come up to them and you'll just talk to them like Victor.
Yes, hello. How are you doing? How was con for you?
Our second lip sync was a trio. Because
the only trio we've done, actually.
Because we were going to a con that had an official lip sync and had a not official 18+ lip sync that still got like the official room, because that con was very nice and is gone now. So we went
from that con.
We went to the last Karnako con. We didn't know it was last Karnako con at the time. And our plan had been to do the all ages lip sync, and we had a few like solo ideas for 18+. Actually, we weren't planning on doing a duo even. We each had a solo idea, and then I don't. Cause
we were
I know
something was happening, because then all of a sudden you were like, "What if we got Izzy to do the plastics
because we were planning our HAZBIN cosplay anyway, because we'd watched HAZBIN, and I was like, I want to cosplay Angel, and you really wanted to cosplay Pentress, and our friend Izzy really wanted to cosplay Nifty, and we were doing this anyway. Like, this is gonna be one of the days at the con. And I think we'd been on I said to you, hey, it would be really funny if we did Meet the Plastics from Mean Girls as these characters. It would just be really, really silly, really like kind of low stakes, silly performance before this really emotional one that we're prepping. And
I ate shit in that Pentress cosplay.
Oh, no, you ate shit right before.
Luckily, I did not like hurt myself, but I did like skin up my hands a little bit, catching myself when I fell.
I'm trying to get the timeline. I mentioned it to you, and you were very down, and it was like, okay, how do we get Izzy on board? Because Izzy is an amazing performer and an amazing dancer, and does not like performing.
I think
and very shies away from the stage.
Because I'm pretty sure it was just, we like texted her and we were like, hey.
It was like, hey, do you want to do this?
Would you be willing to do a trio for Meet the Plastics with us as these characters? And she was pretty on board pretty quick.
She was like, bet. And we were not in the same state. We were not in the same state until the actual con, so we choreographed it through video call. But we figured, because it's so split up, and that was kind of like the heart of the pitch, was like, we can figure out that the bits we're doing together, but they each have their own verse, so the other two can kind of be more background for that, so that way it's fine that we're not going to actually all practice in the same room until like the day before con, or day before the performance. And then con came, and we had a group photo shoot for different cosplay in the morning, and we came back and changed, and then like we were late for for other things, and then I was not having a good time, and I think Izzy wasn't feeling well too.
Izzy had big anxiety.
And kept building, and she was like, I'm just gonna go back to the hotel room for a little bit, and like I was upset about something, and then you were trying to calm me down. You're like, I'm gonna go get you tissues, because I was crying, and then you tripped in the Pentress cosplay, and I watched from like the chair. I had been going
to find the closest bathroom, and then I was like, okay, I found it. I turned around to go back to you, and I caught the like skirt tail piece of Pentress under my boot, and because I was like turning around, and I fell, and I hit my knees, and I hit, I think, my hip, and then I caught with my hands.
Yeah.
And I scared the shit out of the people who were right, like, because I was kind of coming down a ramp, and they were like at the top of the stairs right next to it, but because it was a ramp, it sounded really, really loud, and so they were like, oh my god, are you okay? And I was over there like, kind of can feel the bruising, and I'm like, it's fine, I'm fine, everything's fine. And then I like got back up and went over to wherever you were.
Yeah.
But no,
and then everything was fine. Like then, like Izzy and I felt better, and you didn't hurt yourself.
I'd say compared to the bruise that Corgi had, like.
No, that was a like people dancing on bruises con.
Yeah. I do remember very distinctly being like, I'm so glad that today is the day that we don't have to worry about either like any like up and down movements. Because my knees were a little bit sore that night.
And this was our first level-based competition. Because they did it in beginners, intermediate, and masters. And so we were in beginners, and we were the second act, I think. I think we went second or
that
third.
Early?
There weren't a lot of us.
Right.
I know, Lay went before Lay went first, yeah.
That sounds right.
We were pretty early in because we were beginners, and we decided based on our badge ribbons that our like group name was the HAZBINS. Yeah, should we watch it? Is that enough context?
I think that is plenty of context.
Okay.
Alrighty then, we're gonna keep on bringing the tea.
Oh, what was fun with this too, or like not fun, but like probably like extra work on them is that because it was run by, not officially, they didn't have like, the judges were also hosting, so they were like tag teaming like who was announcing people. I think they split up the judging, so when one of them, because they performed after each level, so I think they had time for the other three to then judge that category.
Other two.
No, there were 4 of them.
There were 4?
There's 4. See? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's why. Because I noticed every time one of them was on stage, the other were like convening. Yeah, no, so they were very efficient. But that's also why like there's no one on stage hosting, because they're hosting from the judges table. And they were all really great. It was like a fun, like they still like had so much, like the show was still so well-rounded, and they didn't even need to have one of them like jumping on stage every 5 seconds.
Right, no, because the all ages one, Uptown was hosting.
They had host and judges.
Iris and the Hot with Husband Hose.
The little egg boy. This was such a good crowd.
I'm pretty sure that was Dragon yelling in the back.
Yeah. You're the one realizing this song.
My name is Regina George, and I am a massive deal. Love me, stand on still.
They're such a good crowd. They were so supportive.
These are real.
It's these little jazz hands.
She caught that pretty good.
Yeah, she did.
I am like you with power. School comes to life like a chihuahua. I'm the prettiest boys in
Jojo pose.
ever seen.
My hair was still long then.
I liked that. I really wanted to do that part.
That's her cheerleader. She knows everything about everybody.
That's why her hair is so big. It's full of secrets.
This is so good, and she needs to perform more.
That is Karen Smith, the dumbest person you will ever meet.
My name is Karen. My shiny. My teeth are perfect. My skirt is tiny. It barely covers my girth behind me.
My eyes just get progressively wider. or something.
Really isn't the day.
Yeah.
Because it was like, I, in the moment, did not realize I had lost it.
There's always a random nail on stage. The most recent, we were doing our halftime for the show we just hosted, and like we were doing like some dramatic turn, and I looked down and I'm like, oh, that's just a nail. Oh, I'll get that later.
I have no idea who even lost
Oh
it.
no,
Like,
I know who was it. They were like, oh, it was in the Discord. Someone, I think Sarah said, oh yeah, it's probably me. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. That tracks. No, because I thought like, oh, I'll get that later after I do our bit, and I completely forgot it was there because I got too caught up in like what we were doing
and monologuing.
Ah, yes, but that's for later. That's for later.
No, I think for this one, like, it was fun. It was, I think we were trying to balance. It was our first trio. It's our only trio still.
Yeah,
but it was our first
She's
trio.
gonna do it again. I'm gonna get her to do it again. She's such a good dancer.
And it was one of those, like, because we were in such different places, we were trying to keep choreo at a minimum, but I think there are definitely points where I wish we'd done a little more.
Yes. So the most core, like, that was interacting with the three of us was the end bits during my verse.
I really liked the bits we had with your verse, although looking back at it with the way that, like, my Pinches outfit sits, I think I wish I had exaggerated the hip roll more the first time, because the second time was a lot more obvious and looked better.
I think we looked so, I really like the way we timed that. The hip rolls, though, like, I think...
No, they were very good.
You guys matched, like we were all on the same...
I do also remember, though, that we had to be really careful with that because this was a month post-surgery for me.
Mm-hmm. That's for both of the ones for this show, was like, we'll do things to the ability that we can, and that's okay.
And I remember, because I think I was the one who suggested those hip rolls, and then I was doing it, and I was like, I just felt one of that, like I just felt that stretch a little bit, and you and Izzy were both like, okay, so don't maybe push that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's a factor in why the first one was, I think, more subdued for me.
Izzy helped me with the hip rolls and the body roll, like the kind of body roll thing with the isolation, because I had been a while. So for a lot of the angel stuff was, because we choreographed it all together. I think we all had things we already knew we wanted for our verse, but we did kind of collab a lot on it.
Where I was like, I think I have an idea, and you're like, okay, let's see it. And then we started playing it, and I just like did the whole thing, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, no, except for you just came out of the gate with yours, and we're like, okay, that's perfect, and we'll just do our like hip pops, and
It just
we'll do our little
did like a vibe. It was a vibe. Like it just kind of happened in the moment. And I'm like, that feels good.
We're like, we gotta bring the egg boy on. So the whole like, oh, you'll give me the egg boy, and I'll like spin him off.
The like one thing, and it's something that I could not train my brain out of, is that I kind of wish I had actually done like a yes no instead of like a no yes movement for the yes Regina no Regina. And there are things that I would do bigger now.
Yeah, no, a lot of my...
But, like some of those movements I would do bigger. I think we benefited from it being a smaller room and a smaller stage space for visibility purposes.
There was stuff with Angel I think could have been cleaner with my, like, with floor work and stuff.
I mean, that was kind of a last-minute addition, too, once you realized we had the stairs and stuff.
Oh, yeah, no, because I was doing something different for that big body roll, but I saw this. I was like, I'm grabbing that. That's fun. But that was also kind of because we didn't know what space we were going to have. So I kind of, like, the bits that we were going to do together were very set. But with Angel, I was like, if I do something else, I do something else. Like, I'm going to do something fun.
And by that point, I was kind of used to, like, that might be a thing that you do. And we both just collectively were like, we just won't stress Izzy with the fact that it might not go exactly like we've been practicing.
Well, all the stuff that had, like, you guys interacting with me, I was like, that stays the same. I really wanted the whole like arms where you lift me up. That was my Regina George. Like, I need, like, that's because that's what she does on stage. They actually lift her off the table, but that's not happening. But that was my, like, you guys are gonna lift me off the ground with the arms thing.
Right. And this was the very last minute. I was in my boots for this because Izzy had to borrow my jazz shoes.
Right, because it was either you wear your boots or I wear my, like, platform heels, which I had been like, no, I think I can do it, and you guys were like, no, we're doing
with everything that because we kind of realized, like, morning of, that Izzy's nifty shoes were not going to cut it for a stage performance. Like, she would have fallen out of them because they were like a little too slippery to dance in. And so it was like, okay, well, one, my shoe size is way closer to Izzy's, and two, because I had already eaten shit that day, we knew that it was safer for me to be in my tiny platforms and have that extra lift to keep my skirt more off the ground. Yeah, and then we all, like, we worked together on it, but it was very, like,
we can do our bits independently.
I think looking back at it, and that's something that we've periodically talked about, I think maybe we didn't need as much running around behind you.
No. I think you guys could have done something more simple, and I could have done something bigger. We can rewatch and we'll kind of pause there. Does that?
Yeah.
Or I think we're at that point.
Alrighty then, we're gonna keep on bringing the tea and the spice and the hot with Husband Hose.
Okay, I was like, I know that voice.
Such a good crowd, so much energy.
Because it's like, additionally, I would have pinned my hat more
No flop, yeah.
because it kept falling back.
I could have made it sturdier too.
I do like that being our opening pose.
Yeah.
My name is Regina.
I also knew I wanted to strip. That was my thing. Of like, I need to lose clothing. I'm not doing 18 plus and not losing clothing. That's been.
You were the only one of the three of us who could.
No, that's actually. Bet right now we've done 2 18 plus. I'm not gonna do 18 plus and not lose clothing. That's on record. If I completely negate this, then I lied. But especially if it's sexy, I'm not gonna. There's gonna be a costume change.
At least a small one.
Yeah, I think for Thanks for the Memories, I want you to rip my shirt off. But that's for later. I don't know when, but I want you to do that. I think I liked that dip.
No, I
Let's
like
pause
that
on it
dip.
now.
I think we've done enough dips at this point that we could probably have done it a little bit
You could have
deeper.
gotten me lower now. I don't know if then
In the
I
moment,
would have even been
I
able
don't
to do
think.
it though. Yeah,
But
especially
I
with
think-
you in the platforms last minute.
I was saying, me and the platforms last minute, again, a month post surgery, and the fact that this was so early into us doing lip syncs that, like, do I have a lot of muscle now? No. But do I have more than probably when we were doing this?
No.
Yes.
Yeah, more
also,
control.
we have experimented so much with different kinds of dips and, like, centers of gravity of, like, where it is and how we move specifically with each other, that at this point I think we could do that one, and I probably could have like snuck my other hand under your leg and gotten you a lot further down. But
I think we had me in a good arch so that it looks lower than it actually was.
yeah, no, like it looks really good. Like, I'm still happy with the way that this one looks, especially because the point was supposed to be not that I was dipping you. The point was that you were throwing yourself into it and I was just there to keep you from falling over.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, it was a very Regina, or in this case Angel Dust,
yeah.
is in charge of that movement.
Yeah, because it really, like, we wanted to, I feel like we wanted to keep the vibe of the song and, like, the actual, like, Mean Girls characters, but it was, like, the Has-Been characters, too.
I definitely...
So that's why there were bits that I'm like, this is very, like I didn't, when we get to it, I needed, like, that one move, because, like, that's Regina. That's not Angel, that's Regina, but I needed it.
I definitely am glad that I have kind of, like, changed how I do my penches look since this one. Of, like, I still do, like, the forehead scales and, like, a little bit, like, I do, like, across the nose now a little bit. And then, like, right here. But, like, I kind of cut, like, the chin ones that I used to do. Because I'm like, I don't... Because I'm not carrying them down the neck, it makes less sense to have that. So I especially after doing this one, I was like, they don't look as cool as I thought they did.
I liked that you did scales though. Oh, this was the last time Izzy and I did full, like, face paint. After this, we were like, we're never doing the full face paint again.
Trying to get it all off in the hotel room.
It was more annoying to get on than off. But that was, like, such a process.
Yeah, but you guys went through a lot of makeup remover.
No, actually, we did. There was a part where she just had the face on, and she looked like the current version of, like, Cabaret. She looked like she looked at the MC from Cabaret, and she started, like, doing the welcome. And that was so funny to me. No, but then, because that was during the Eddie Redmayne, like, Tony Award, like, performance where everyone had discourse on it, because she did pause and was like, are you uncomfortable? You're supposed to be uncomfortable. And I, like, lost it because I'm like, we're on the same side of TikTok.
No, this con was just we were so chaotic for the whole thing because this is the one that we drove up in the U-Haul for.
No, and that's still such a funny video. Yeah, we did a 5-hour drive in a U-Haul
That only had 2 seats.
Yeah, we didn't think that a U-Haul only has 2 seats, so I was like squished between the two of them in like the little space between the 2 seats.
I was banned from being in that space.
But you know, we did it anyway. And we were in full cosplay for this 5-hour drive because it was day 0 and we're like, no, we're making content out of this. So I'm in full like power from Chainsaw Man, squished in the seats of this U-Haul with my little camera because like content and being like, yes, Denji.
You had to be in the full wig. At least with Aki, I was able to use my own hair at the time.
Izzy got out of cosplay because he was like, I'm driving, I'm not gonna be in cosplay. So I didn't like get her on camera.
We did do the content with Denji in the back beforehand.
No, that's still a really funny like scripted vlog.
Right.
We are U-hauling Denji in the trunk because he's even more of a pet.
Yeah, well, that's where the dogs go.
Can you film me?
Yeah. It's fine, we left Denji in the car anyway. Do you want an obligatory ass shot?
I compact myself into this small corner that they keep me in. Anyway,
we'll
dip. Tangent. Yeah, they liked that.
So like I could have moved my face more in time with your hand, but
was when we were setting this part in the hotel room,
right?
And because Izzy was like 2 inches away from me, and I'm like, you can't be 2 inches away. She's like, do you want me to just touch your boob? I'm like, yes. That's like, yes.
This was post-op for you.
Yeah, so I didn't have boobs anymore. I cut them off. Yeah, that's why.
Also, I remember we kind of made it a character point that like Pench's just kind of like keeps the hands there, but Nifty goes like
yeah,
jazz hands.
But I'm like, no, you gotta.
But honestly, there's also the differing comfort level of I was already like, yeah, I'm right here, and then you're like, Izzy, get closer.
Yeah, and I know, and Izzy was comfortable with that. Izzy was not doing it because of like my comfort level, and I'm like, no, touch my, like, I don't care. I have known you since we were children. This is,
it is for the theater.
Yeah. My corset, yeah.
So that's still like your go-to for Angel.
Yeah, I like the jacket, but
the
now I
is
just
very nice.
I usually just wear the corset because I don't do like because I have like this kind of suit top and the tights. But I just do like normal skin tone and like do like extreme like makeup for Angel instead of like the full powder. So it's just like I don't want to be covered up too much for an 18+ love sync. I'm like, I gotta show some, not really skin, because I am technically still covered up, but I could have done more here. I wish I did more. Not wish, but like if I did it now, I would be doing more in this part. But I like this, because I practiced this.
But I do kind of like that we went back to that pose right there. Like, that was good.
This was the Regina move. Yeah, that was the, like...
And we, like, very much made sure that, like, you could do it on your own, but it looked like we were, like, at least helping.
Oh, yeah. And we were pretty good at that.
So I think that was I was like, what if we did this? And Izzy was like, I got you. Let me smooth it out with my dancer finesse.
It is so funny though with the characters that when you watch it, like even in like all of the Nifty skirt, you can like Izzy does it the best. Like the body roll and the like, cause she's a very talented and trained dancer. So like that's why I'm like, you need to do more because like you were really good as Nifty, but that was like 20% of what you can do.
Maybe less.
Yeah, but you couldn't even tell in how she's moving that like she knows what she's doing. Okay, Penchus.
She knows everything about everybody.
That's why her head is so big. It's full of secrets.
Yes, Regina, no Regina. Every waking hour, I've been making sure Regina. To legends in your power. If Regina is the sun, then I'm the disco walk.
Like, it was fun, but I could have made those movements bigger.
Yeah. I think that a lot of this could have been bigger. I I think that's kind of when I'm looking back at it now.
And again, it was the first time doing a trio with people in different places.
And the second time we'd ever done something.
Yeah.
Karen Smith, the dumbest person you will ever meet.
Well, like even like the size of your lip syncing comparatively is so much bigger.
Oh, yeah.
My teeth are perfect. My skirt
Like
Yeah. The
I would have
strut.
done more going on.
Oh, yeah, I think.
So I remember you lengthened that pause.
Yeah, I was
so
gonna
she could
say
do that.
I made it the pause longer than it actually is, just to really like hit that home. And I think that she had her arms crossed, and I'm like, no, just drop them, so it's like the exact thing. And the stare.
Yeah.
No,
because she like stared straight at the judges.
That was my favorite, because I'm like, that's gonna kill that's gonna kill the audience. And I could hear our friend who was filming it cackling, because that was. And initially we were gonna. I think she was gonna do kind of the like Frozen the whole time, but then she's like, no, I want to move her. I want to do some like little stuff that's still in character, but I still get to like do some cute stuff.
Mm-hmm. No, I honestly, I think for Nifty specifically, the less is more. Mm-hmm. But I think we could have afforded to specifically like because you were still doing stuff.
I think we should have been bigger. I think
yeah.
she was perfect.
No, that was so good. And between the two of us, I think you were doing more than I was. I kind of wish I'd at least kind of matched you. Mm-hmm. On, like, I was just kind of doing face. Mm-hmm. And I should have done like a little bit more.
And then we get into us all doing different stuff, because you guys are kind of reprising what you were doing, and I'm just being sexy because her verse is different. I like, that this is where the musical theater comes out. The kick line.
And then I dropped my foot, but I purposely kept it down because I knew
it looks it's cleaner to put it down than
because then nobody can prove it wasn't intentional. If I kept trying to pick it back up, it would have been like, oh, they're messing it up right now. Mm-hmm. But I was like, no, it went down. It just needs to stay down.
Yeah.
Because I remembered from high school, my dance teacher was also the drill team instructor, and they did a lot of kick lines, and it was always like anytime they'd talk about it during class, usually the like drill team members, they'd be like, yeah, if that happens, like it is better, it looks better, especially that close to the end of a kick line, to just leave your leg down. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And especially because I was on the front side of it at that point, like it worked, because then I felt like I was.
If we're holding something, going back and forth, it ruins the hold. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So like it worked.
No, really say here's where you be.
Yeah.
It'll be fetch.
I did like
that whole. No, then we were on the cons like story, because they got that clip, and they were like, come to con tomorrow, it'll be fetch, and I was like, it's us. We've changed. It was this con that the winner, we'd noticed when his act was done, he did not break character going off stage, and I hadn't even realized how much we did. So now I don't do that anymore. Like I hold the character. Of course, if we're hosting, he doesn't leave at all. But I don't break character until we're like off stage. Mm-hmm. And that has nothing to do, like, no one's gonna score you on that. But that is something as a performer, like,
the feel of your performance.
I don't let go until we're off, even if it's like completely like blackout. Yeah. So I'm proud of it. It was fun, and I think I should plug the camera in. I think it was what it was. Like, it was never trying to be something super elaborate. The goal was very much just to do like a fun, silly piece as these characters. Mm-hmm. I think the solos we'd been thinking about doing were gonna be a lot more elaborate, and I am glad we did this instead because of what we ended up doing for the main show.
Was this when I started trying to figure out if I wanted to do Mommy Issues?
I think so. I think you were toggling with that, and I was toggling with Get Him Back by Olivia Rodrigo as Windmaster. Because it was either that or Ambrosia Wine, but I'd like to get it back a little bit better. Mm-hmm.
You would have been doing 2 Mads Buckley songs.
Yeah,
If
but
you did Ambrosia- if you did Ambrosia
I didn't
wine.
I thought getting back had more attitude. So if I don't know, I'll probably go back and do that at some point. But are you plugged in?
He says no.
Plugged in now. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's very much, it's like, I think with both this and the first one that we watched, it's things I know now I would do differently, but I'm happy with
What it was for when we did it.
and it was fun, and it was like, the crowd for Kroneko was so good. Like, everyone was so into it that, like, they sounded like 10 times bigger than they actually are. Which, like, with the amount of people in that room. And I think that was so, for beginners, that's such a nice thing to have, is to have someone, like, people who are loud and people who are, like, really ready to hype you. And really getting into it. So that's why, like, everyone, like, screaming when she did the nifty, just, like, stare. And that's so my favorite bit from that. Is just the nifty
No, it was
stare.
so good. Because it's like, I think we all have moments of like being in character. Because like Penchas is like a fairly naturally anxious person, and so is Gretchen.
Your whole
so I leaned into that a lot in like keeping my moves like borderline frantic almost. But Karen and Nifty was just such a perfect matchup.
That's why it was like, this song has these characters would be really funny. And I think we got a lot of like, you guys would kill with Candy Store too. And I'm like, we would, but we would have never been able to pull off Candy Store with like the setup we had to choreograph this. Like that would have had to be so much more in sync.
So we could maybe do it now when Izzy only lives like 2 hours away.
Maybe. I don't know if I want to do this trio again though. I feel I want to do a different trio.
But like if we did that song.
Yes.
And we pulled Izzy into doing it with us. I think it would be a lot easier to choreograph it now than it would have been when we were still living in Honolulu.
Yes. Yeah. That also would have been a lot more me than you guys. Like, this was nice because of how broken up it was. And it still was, like, the most of it. Like, I had the longest section. But it was still, like, it was a nice,
we also, like,
we each had our moments.
choreo in with yours for your section.
Yeah.
So it's still like we were still doing these. I think
I liked that we each had our own spotlights, but I did kind of go into it like it is a lot of me at the beginning. Like I have the biggest spotlight, but we do all have our own stuff, like have our own like moment.
Well, that was one of the things that we were talking about, like in the workshop and the panel and everything. That I think we did not do it poorly here, but I think again, looking back, we could do it better now of staying on when we're not the one doing the lip syncing.
Yeah, I think we were. I just don't think it read as well.
Yeah,
because I think we had a lot of like facial and like laughing reactions to Nifty. I think we could have. I don't even know what we would have done because of how simple hers was. Because like, and for me and Nifty, we were kind of just like bopping. Like I was hip hopping and she was like doing her little like scat dance to yours. And I think that worked. Is that like we were doing minimal but still like doing stuff with what you were doing. But I think we could have figured out something else to do with Nifty's thing, just to keep us more engaged. But yeah. And then we'll watch the next day when we went from this to emotional damage.
As we so often tend to do.